Hello, can you hear me? Hmm.
Just testing to make sure you can hear us. Vaughn, are you able to hear us?
I can. How's everybody?
Doing well. We can hear you also, so thank you.
Good.
Okay. With that, we'll go ahead and get started with today's meeting and with the call to order and roll call. I'll go through alphabetically. Mr. Allen?
Here.
Dr. Brenzel?
Present.
Treasurer Metcalf? Here. Ms. Purdy?
Here.
Ms. Raines?
Here.
Dr. Roop?
Here.
Seeing we have enough for a quorum, we'll go ahead and move forward with today's meeting. The first order of business is adoption of the agenda. And so with that, I ask for a motion to approve today's agenda.
Make a motion.
And second?
Second.
Motion is made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Next up is the minutes, and we want to make sure that all of the commission members have had an opportunity to see the minutes for the last meeting, which have been provided and sent out by the staff. And with that, I'd also like to make sure to make a motion for the adoption of the minutes from the last meeting. If so, may I have a motion for that?
So moved. Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. Next, I just want to publicly again note this business schedule meeting for the Abatement Commission. The schedule as is following for next year starts Tuesday, January 6th, then Tuesday, March 31st, Tuesday, May 5th, Tuesday, July 7th, Tuesday, September 8th, and Tuesday, November 3rd. Meetings are currently scheduled to take place in the Capitol Annex at 702 Capitol Ave, Frankfort, Kentucky, from 1 to 4 Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The room will be announced when assigned. Any changes in locations or times will be announced publicly in advance of the meeting. Moving on to the next item on today's agenda is the director's report. First up with that is I wanted to make sure that the commission members all know, and I want to thank all of you for the support for the symposium participation. I know a number of you were able to make it, and we're thankful for it, for your participation and attendance and support. First of note is that it was sold out, and we had nearly 700 people in attendance for this year's symposium. Last year's was 400, so tremendous growth and tremendous opportunities to support people across the Commonwealth. We had 50 grantees from across the Commonwealth who were on site for the grantee showcase and able to demonstrate the work that they're doing with the funds that have been given to them by the Commission. We also had over 150 hours of continuing education credits available. Of those, nearly 25% of the participants for this year's symposiums were able to get continuing education credits. Included in those were peer support, social work, and nursing, as well as others. So again, the symposium has been able to support a number of organizations and efforts in the work that they're doing. With that, the other thing that I want to make sure in the director's report to cover is to have you get an update on where we are with the grants, the open grant portal. And for that, I'm going to turn to Hallie Mattingly from our staff so she can give you a report, an update on where we stand with the grants.
Everyone, Vaughn, can you hear me okay on Zoom? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As Chris said, I just wanted to give a brief update on the current grant applications. On October the 15th, we opened the 2 portals, one for treatment and recovery, one for prevention. And as of this morning, we have 55 open applications in treatment and recovery and 60 in prevention. We also have the research and innovation grant that is still open. And as of this morning, we had 69 applications open there. Just as a reminder, all of these applications are due on December the 19th. And I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any. Thanks.
Any questions for Hallie?
I have a quick question. I just got a phone call today from someone wanting to know if they call in, who would we direct them to if they have questions about their grant?
Vaughn, you can give them my information. I can email you after this to connect.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Seeing no further questions, we'll go ahead and continue to move forward. With that, we had opened the opportunity for public comments, but we have no public comments asked for today, so we will go ahead and move on to the next order of business. The next order of business is going to be a presentation From Chris Lewis, the Division Chief, Division of Consumer and Senior Protection from the Office of the Kentucky Attorney General. We're going to be making some administrative movements in terms of the use of the funds, which are in alignment with the process and the way that things were scheduled to be. Mr. Lewis, as I pointed out earlier, from the Office of the Attorney Generals, and he is an individual who is deeply steeped in this process, as well as the acquiring and the settlements itself. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Lewis and allow him to introduce himself to the Commission. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you. As Chris said, my name is Chris Lewis. I'm the Division Chief for Consumer and Senior Protection at the Attorney General's Office. I've been one of the lead attorneys on all of our opioid cases, the opioid settlements, worked on the legislation, continue to work forward. We have a few more that are still moving forward. As the Commission may be aware, we'll have the Purdue Pharma bankruptcy settlement that will take place here probably within the next, I would say, 4 to 6 months. And then we have a secondary opioid manufacturers, which is a lot of smaller generic opioid manufacturers that are being settled as one large group. Just for awareness, the Purdue Pharma settlement will bring a little over $73 million into the Commonwealth. 31 million of that will come to the Commission. Similarly, the secondary manufacturers will result in about another $6.1 million coming to the Commission. That'll be available. Those are probably some of the last big settlements we're going to see. We're kind of getting down to the end of those targets, but wanted to put that out there for awareness. A little what I'm here to talk about today, as you're probably aware, the Abatement Commission came into to existence in April of 2022 and held its first meeting in July of 2022. The significance of that is the staffing, the organization, everything that had to happen with that actually started before there was any money in the bank, because we didn't start actually receiving settlement funds until late July and towards December of 2022. As a result of that, the Commission's staff has never really been funded as was intended in the statute. Under the statute, which is KRS 15293 9B, the funding for the Commission staff is to come out of the abatement funds that are brought in. The Office of the Attorney General has been absorbing that initially because there was no money in the bank to pay those during the first year. And going forward until more settlements got done and there was a steadier flow of money to sustain that, the office kept, absorbing that expense. Now that most of the settlements are done, now that there is a steady pay flow and we have an idea what's going to be coming into the Commission through actually 2038, we're going to shift back to the original funding scheme that was anticipated inside the statute. And we just wanted to make the Commission aware of that for cash flow purposes and everything else, just so everyone's aware of the change and why the change is being made. And with that, if there's any questions or anything, I'm happy to give what answers I can.
Thank you. I just also want to point out to the Commission so that people are aware, there is a requirement that we will be making an annual report of the use of the funds so that there will be clarity and transparency in terms of what we're doing, how that looks forward, and people will be able to understand and see the use of the funds. So again, it is the process as intended by the legislation, and we will make sure that we are accountable and that you all will be aware of the expenditures that take place. And with that, any other questions?
Yeah, I had, I had a question.
Yes, sir.
From the first, from the Purdue Pharma, that settlement, $31 million that will come to the Commission. How much from these, you said the secondary manufacturers?
The secondary manufacturers, give me just a moment, $6.1 million. And that is a group of 8 manufacturers, and they'll be paid out on different schedules. 5 of those will be paid in the first year, one lump payment, I believe a little over, right at $2 million. The others are spread out over 4, 9, and 10 years, depending on the specific manufacturer. So it's being packaged together as one, but it is actually 8 individual settlements.
And to be paid out over time?
To be paid out over time.
Gotcha. So we'll go out as much as 10 years?
Go out as much as 10 years. I will tell you there are one-year settlements with Alvogen, Apotex, Hikma, Sun, and Zydos. Those are the ones that total about $2 million that'll be paid, one lump sum at that first year. Amneal, the Abatement Commission will get a little over $1 million, but that is going to trickle in over a 10-year period with that settlement. Endeavor is a much smaller settlement, $632,000, and that will be spread out over 4 years. And then Mylan, which is $2.5 million, but that will be spread out over 9 years.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure.
Just a comment. I want to thank you for your work. You've helped a lot of families.
Thank you.
We oftentimes get the accolades, but you're the guy. You and your colleagues are the one driving the train. So
We
just wanted to
appreciate
say
that. It's
to
been
you.
good work, and
Yes, sir.
I've enjoyed doing it.
And honestly, this probably should have been done a year or so ago, but we're sustainable now, and think we can take this burden out of the AG's budget. So yeah, more than happy to support this.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hi. Thank you for all that you do. Is there, I don't even know if we're allowed to ask this question. I heard in the news maybe that we're also looking at places, pharmacies like CVS and others, to pursue action against, or is that just, am I mixing that up?
There is a pending case in opioids right now against the pharmacy benefit managers. Caremark with CVS will not be part of that because Caremark was released in the settlement with CVS, which was one of our earlier pharmacy settlements.
Okay.
But there is pending litigation against Express Scripts and Optum in some of those.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Could you, sorry to interrupt you. Were you trying to say something else?
No, not at all.
Okay. And how much would those settlements be worth if we prevail?
We're not there yet.
Gotcha.
We're not there yet. We're still early in that litigation. That'll be subject to a lot of discovery. It'll depend a lot on what's shown within the discovery. We are currently in that particular case on appeal to the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals based on a removal action and some other things that have been going on there, more in the litigation strategy side of that. I will say there are companion negotiations that the other attorney general's offices are engaged in inside of the multi-district litigation up in the Northern District of Ohio that also involves the PBMs. We may go forward with our litigation to the end, or it may be that a deal gets struck, with the other attorney general's office, similar to what happened with manufacturers, Johnson & Johnson, and the pharmacies, where we decide to join in those settlements rather than pursue the litigation to the end. It really just depends on how the numbers look to us. You'll note that there was a large multi-district settlement and multi-state settlement with Kroger, but the office looked at those numbers and decided that those numbers really didn't make sense for Kentucky given the outsized effect that Kroger had in the Commonwealth. So we went separately and through our litigation and had our own standalone settlement, and we'll approach the PBMs the same way.
The Express Scripts suit, has it been filed?
It has been filed. We originally filed in Jessamine County in a state court action. We were removed to the federal court. There were several motions pending there. We won our motion to remand back, but that has been appealed to the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals by the PBMs. So we're working our way through that process, but hope to get through that process and back down into state court and get that litigation rolling again, hopefully within the next 6 to 12 months.
Are we bringing, with the Express Scripts, that they are also a large contractor for the Army, the Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps. Are we bringing any actions on behalf of, are we bringing them on behalf of counties? We bring them on behalf of veterans?
When we bring these suits, this is brought under public nuisance theory, so it is a abatement type theory. We're bringing it on behalf of the Commonwealth, and that is the Commonwealth through its parents patriae and all the other areas that would encompass the Commonwealth.
Gotcha.
So it encompasses all of that. The federal would be outside of that, and that would be something for Department of Justice.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I think you all can see that we are in good hands in the Commonwealth in terms of the support that we're getting. And I, again, want to thank Mr. Lewis for your support and being here with us today to explain this so well. So thank you very much for taking the time today to be with us.
Happy to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up on the agenda is the opportunity for any commission member announcements. So at this time, if there's any commission members who have any announcements that they feel they'd like to make at this time, this is an open opportunity. Okay. Seeing
Chris.
no. Oh.
Chris, hi.
Yes.
Quick announcement. It's not an announcement. I don't know if you shared it with all the commission members. The reason I didn't make the forum was my mother passed and was buried on the 13th of October. So I know I got a call from Mr. Mark Metcalf about it, but I just want to let you know that's why I was missing. I didn't know if Chris shared it with you all. So I am grieving, but getting better. But it did happen actually the burial was actually on the 13th in North Carolina. So that was why I was away. So I just wanted you all to know why I was missing. So thank you all for what you continue to do and for embracing me during my time of grief. So I appreciate you all.
Mr. Chairman, I was concerned that Vaughn wasn't present. Thought there might be an illness, or maybe she was traveling, and turns out it was her mother's illness, and she was traveling. So we've become sort of a family here on the
Yes,
commission.
I do appreciate the phone call. So yeah.
And because of that, I reached out to her. Anyway, we had a nice talk, and she is a faithful member of this commission. And if we granted excuses, she would certainly be qualifying.
Yeah, Vaughn, thank you. We shared it with those who were at that opportunity, but we didn't widely share it.
I know.
Your privacy. So
I
thank
know,
you
it's
for sharing
okay.
with the folks. And again, our condolences to you and your family at this time. So
Thank you. So I just want everybody to know, but thank you all. I appreciate it.
thank you, Vaughn. Next up on the agenda is new business, and there is no additional new business that we have at this time. The only other thing before we move to our last and closing adjournment is that I want to take a personal moment and say thank you to Kelsey Thomas, who is back running the computer here today also. Kelsey has been an extremely valued member of our team, and unfortunately, for some positive reasons for her family and other things, she's going to be relocating out of the state. So we're going to lose her to somebody else. So our loss is somebody else's gain, but I want to make sure to take this opportunity to publicly thank Kelsey for everything she's done for the commission. It's been a pleasure working with you and having you as part of the team. So absolutely.
I hope you guys can hear me. I just wanted to say thank you to Chris and Jesse and Hallie and Jessica for the opportunity, to the commission for being so wonderful to work with. You're making such a huge impact across this state, and it's been an honor to be a part of it. And I hope to continue this work in my new endeavors. But getting to know you all and getting to see how heartfelt and sincere all of the work has been, it's really been a blessing to me, and I've learned a lot. So thank you, and I will miss you all.
Thank you. With that, we're done with the official business for today's meeting. So at this point in time, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. We are adjourned for today. Thank you everybody for joining us today, and thank you for all the efforts. Have a nice day.
Thank you all.